So this is what happened. This was the problem. And I had this conversation, I think it was like earlier, like 4 or 5 days ago. It was like late last week or whatever, right? And it was a body that was found in a decomposed Tesla, and they had, and the car had been abandoned for like over like all summer or something like that. And the car was actually decomposing. Let me remind y'all of what happened.
New details are emerging about a body found inside of a Tesla at a Hollywood tow yard and registered to a popular artist.
Yeah, police are now providing information about the victim. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Mackey live in Hollywood with the latest on that. Ashley.
Rachel, John, the registered owner of that vehicle, happens to be on tour right now. David performed in Minneapolis last night. Videos from social media show his set went on as planned, the artist not addressing the ongoing case here in Los Angeles. But this morning, we have new details about the decomposing body found in the front trunk of that Tesla. Eyewitness News has learned the remains belong to a woman. We know she was described as having black wavy hair, 5 feet 2 inches tall, and she weighed less than 100 pounds when weighed by the medical examiner. The woman had a tattoo on her right index finger that said SHHH. Sources told ABC News the woman appeared to have been dead for some time. So investigators will be relying on the LA County medical examiner to identify the victim and determine the cause of death. Although that Tesla was registered to multi-platinum artist David in Texas, Eyewitness News has learned the vehicle was towed from West Hollywood. And that smell that prompted the Hollywood tow yard workers to call the police was the same odor that residents in West Hollywood remember distinctly.
I'm just remembering something. I mean, this is going to sound horrible. So we would walk by the hedges, and I'm like, the hedges always smell like something decomposing. And there's a lot of rats around in here, but there was always a smell.
The only thing out was an out of state license plate, and it was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks from here.
David, who is on tour right now, has more than 33 million monthly listeners on Spotify and is set to perform tonight in Kansas City. He'll also be here in LA to perform at the Greek Theater next Saturday. So far, David nor his team have released any comment, but investigators say they intend to talk to the registered owner of that vehicle and anyone else who is connected to the case.
Now, all right, so we went through it. Okay, so I wanted to bring you guys up to speed on what was going on. We went through it and we looked at multiple different reports and videos, and we went through a chronological order of the release of the police reports and all of that stuff, right? As far as the news. And I questioned it and I said, man, this don't even sound right. So wait a minute. You had a car that you ain't had and all summer registered to you with a body in it and you didn't know that it was gone. And then I was curious and I said, and so nobody did a mental health check on this girl that just so happened to be missing for the last 3 months or whatever. Well, the situation gets a little bit more dicey. Some of y'all that was in this very chat sat there and you questioned me. You said, oh man, Anton, singers all the time loan out cars to people and they don't even remember where it go. Well, first of all, it was a 15-year-old girl. So that really sat up my antennas, right? My antennas was all high. And I'm like, wait a minute. So wait a minute. Somebody just don't check on their 15-year-old daughter all summer? A 15-year-old girl is just missing all summer? But that's not the kicker. We gonna go through it. Here's the kicker. He reportedly got the same tattoo on him, on his index finger. According to TMZ, both the romantic homicide singer and the 15-year-old got the ink on their right index fingers. Let me say that again. Both him, according to TMZ, both him and the 15-year-old that was found decomposed in his trunk, both of them have the same tattoo on their index finger, family. All right, so for all of my conspiracy theorists that's in the chat right now, I want you to come and revisit it. I told you that I was going to follow up on this. The minute that I got the notification, the minute that I got it in my phone, I said, oh, dog. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, Freaky Jason. So let's go back to the original article. Law enforcement said the girl, Celeste Rivas, I don't know who this chick is. Let me see if I can find a picture. I'm pretty sure I can't find a picture. I hate some of these sites. Oh, no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. How old is this David guy? How old is this David guy? That's her. Oh, snaps. So first of all, she had been missing for a long time. She had been missing since she was 13 years old. Last seen wearing gray sweatpants and a black sweater, a hat, and a Hello Kitty sandals. Weighed 120 pounds, 5'3", dark hair, and that was her. So that's Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Person whose body was found in the trunk was Celeste Rivas. TMZ has spoken with her mother, who says she had a boyfriend named David. Now we got to find out how old this thing is. D4. So he 20, she 15, and the mother says she had a boyfriend named David. TMZ got a tip that the victim was a young girl who had gone missing from Lake Elsinore in California in April 2024. So she's been missing since 2024 when she was 13 and he was 18 or 19, depending on what time she went missing. TMZ contacted her mother. She said the police description, which included a tattoo on her finger with the letter "sh," matched her daughter's. TMZ forwarded that information to the LAPD's robbery homicide division. She was wearing black leggings and a tube top, plus 2 pieces of jewelry, a metal stud earring, and a metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W. That's him. He got the star tattoo in the middle of his face. Cops has been working vigorously to identify the victim's identity ever since the body parts were found last week inside of the Tesla at a Hollywood impound lot, where it was towed after it was found abandoned in Hollywood Hills. Look at these weirdos, man. Hold on, y'all. I want you to look at these weirdos, bro. This is why I say that Hollywood and the elites are demonic. I'm zooming in on the hookups. The tattoo, star tattoo on the face or on his nose. Look at the man wearing his leggings, whoever this other guy is that's shepherding him around. They walking around, they singing, and y'all just listening to their songs, and y'all getting all of that demon energy. All of that demon energy right up in your face. All of that demon energy right up in your face. You want your kid to be a star, so you want him to grow up so bad. Can't wait till they have an older boyfriend. Hanging out with the people. She might get a record deal. She gonna be an actor. Bro, listen. I'm always gonna stand on innocent until proven guilty, but it's not looking good. I'm always going to stand on innocent until proven guilty, but it's not looking good. He continued to perform. Now, when y'all tell me, I want to come back to it, all right? Y'all tell me how, again, a Tesla that is registered to him, that is found with the decomposed body that has been missing all summer. didn't know that his car was missing or that it had gotten towed and that they had not sent some kind of notification to the house or something like that. Somebody tell me how do you know? Listen, I know where all of my cars are at all times. I'm busy too. I know where everything is at all times. A whole car just, bruh, listen, I don't care how famous you are. I don't care how much you getting it. I don't care how much they like you on TikTok. You know when a whole car is missing. You know when a whole car is missing. Now they got to go to Tesla and start pulling the Sentry mold in the cameras. It's just not looking good. Let me look at his earrings. What is them earring? Dog, hold on. He got on a Hello Kitty earring. I just noticed that. Let me see something. Last seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, and a hat and Hello Kitty sandals. And he got on a Hello Kitty earring. Yeah, everything is honestly, I just glanced over at it and then I scroll back up and I'm thinking to myself, what the heck does he have in his ear? What the heck does he have in his ear? Why does he have on a Hello Kitty earring? Bro, these people is weird, bro. These people are weird. They are weird. They're demonic. And y'all better be careful who y'all hanging out with. All of that fame junk, it ain't worth it. All of the visibility, it ain't worth it. You want these people to be y'all friends. Y'all want to be in the in crowd so bad. You better be careful and protect your kids. Protect yourself and protect your kids. Protect yourself and protect your kids, bro. I'm telling you, man. I had a problem with a conversation with somebody the other day. And I was trying to convince them. And I said, listen. Honestly, I'm going to be real with y'all. I had a conversation with a really good friend yesterday. Well, not yesterday. I'm sorry, not yesterday. I had a conversation with a really good friend the other day. It was last week. It was over the weekend. And so they was like, yo, what do you think about this? And it was explaining a situation or whatever. And it was a girl. And I said, listen, I know you think that you know a lot. I know you think that you know what you're doing. I know, and I'm not going to tell the details of the conversation, but because I know they be watching. I said, but I'm telling you, and I wash my hands of it after I said something. Because I'm going to give you the information and then you grown, so you got to do what you got to do. I said, but it's crazy out here. It's crazy. I said, you're going to run into some AIDS dick. I said, you're going to run into some AIDS dick. They said, why you say that? No, don't say that. I said, I'm not wishing it on you. I'm telling you that it is real in the field. It's real in the field. Y'all talking to people every day. You don't know nothing about these people. You don't know what they do in their spare time. You don't know how much they beat off. You don't know if they a devil worshiper. You don't know if they whooped the tails of the last person that they was with. You don't know what kind of diseases that they got. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, and y'all just out here in these streets being wild. I said, but I told you. Chad Smith, I'm just telling you the word for word what I said. Word for word what I said. It is not safe out here. Especially when you get past 40 and people had an opportunity to live life a little bit and they've been through some stuff. You jumping into trauma. And everybody, listen, let me tell y'all something. Everybody is going to tell you what you want to hear. Everybody is going to tell you what you want to hear. Oh, what's going on, Queen? How you? Oh, man, listen. I'm sensitive. Y'all give them the playbook on TikTok every day. I want a man that's emotionally intelligent, that listens, that's a provider. You're going to get all of that in the first 6 months. Sweet talk, pillow talk, dirty macking, super sweeper. He's going to sweep the garage. He's going to do all of that. And then you're going to get a chance to see what really is popping after that. You're going to get it. You're going to find, oh, you're going to find out. You're going to find out. You're going to find out. You're going to get all of that. And then they're going to have shh right here. They're going to have a shush tattoo. What does that mean? Oh, you know, I was younger. I was just going through something. Nah, that nigga got a body. He caught a body. Put a chick, stuffed a chick in there. Your name is Celeste. I was listening from the other room like, who calling my name?